Good morning everybody, I'm the Bear Bow Brummy. Now, as a follow on from the video I did last week, which was about how to do what happens at your beginner's course, I thought I'd do what you will actually learn probably first of all at your beginner's lesson, certainly at one of mine you do, and that's how to string your own bow. Now, you may get your bow without a string on at all, so what I've done is I've taken the string off my bow just to show you how to fit it onto the bow properly. First of all, you'll find that if you look closely at the ends of your string, you've got two loops. One loop is considerably bigger than the other one. The small loop goes on the bottom limb of your bow, and the large loop goes on the top limb of your bow. I'll show you how to do that in a second. Take your large loop and place it over your top limb. Go all the way over the top limb and slide it down the limb itself. Don't put it into the knot grooves just yet. Then take the small end, guide the string under the bow and pop that onto your top limb string grooves, like that. And then slide it underneath the bow so the string sits under the bow. Actually, attaching the string to the bow really is as simple as that. If you have a stringer, always string your bow with the stringer if you have one. I'm going to show you two ways of stringing a bow, one using this and one how to do it without the stringer, just in case you haven't got your stringer with you and in an emergency you can string it up this way. But if you have your stringer with you, always use it. It's the safest way to do it. Anyway, first you have on one end of the stringer a big loop. Can you see the big loop? There we go. At the other end is a pocket. You see my finger slides in there. It's simply just a pocket. Take your bow, hold your bow horizontally with both ends of the limbs pointing up at the sky. Take the loop end of your stringer, pop it over your top limb like so. Then take the pocket end of your stringer and slide that over the bottom limb of your bow. At the same time, just make sure your string is still sitting in its groove and the pocket will keep it in there for you nice and neatly. Then turn the bow around. If you are right-handed, hold the bow in your right hand. You'll need the strength of your strong arm to do this. Place the stringer outside of your string that's sitting on the limb there. Okay, just move your cable out of the way. Put the bow down on the floor, stand on your stringer. If you're quite short, you might need to use 2 feet. I do, because my stringer's quite long, so I stand on it with 2 feet. Put your string outside of your stringer loop and make sure your stringer doesn't catch on the string itself. Hold your stringer out so it doesn't slide in and lift the bow up. You see, it nicely bends your bow, takes the tension out of the string, and you can hold it there for quite a while if your bow is not that strong. Then slide the string down and pop it over into your string grooves. Then gently, do it slowly just in case it's not quite in there correctly, release the tension on your bow. And there you go, your bow is strung. Take off your stringer, just check your top and bottom limbs just to make sure the string is sitting in the grooves. And if you look on the back of your bow limb, there is a little groove in there. Make sure your bow is sitting in the groove at either end and sitting in your string holders. And then what I always do is just give it a little twang like that, just to make sure the limb and the strings are settled in place nicely. But there you go, your bow is strung. Now, to unstring your bow at the end of your archery session, it's a reverse of what you just did. Take your loop, place it over the top limb, take your pocket, slide it over your bottom limb. Make sure it's not tangled up in your string, it's all sitting below it nicely like that. Again, stand on your bow, pull to take the tension off the string, and take the bow out of the grooves, slide it down your limb and release the tension. and your bow's unstrung. It's reasonably simple. It's a little bit scary for new people. I know this. People get a little bit intimidated by it. They think they're going to get hit by the string and all that. But with a bit of practice, it becomes fairly normal. During the course of your archery journey, you'll do this hundreds of times. It'll become second nature. So now I'm going to show you how to do it without using the stringer. Stringing your bow up without your stringer, I don't recommend doing. In an emergency, if you haven't got your stringer with you, or you're out in the field and you've completely forgotten it, left it at home. I've done that a couple of times. This is how you can string your bow without using the stringer. It's called the step through method. What you do, stand with your bow upright, with your top limb up here, pull the string out, step through the bow, like that, loop the bottom limb around your ankle, such, and place the riser on your hip. Then slide the string up as far as it will go, put your hand just below the string, use your hip to push back and your hand to push forward, just like that, and pop the string into the grooves. And there you go, your bow is strung. Same again, just check the string grooves are in the right place, sitting on the grooves, in the grooves nicely. Give it a little twang just to settle it in place, and your bow is strung up. Again, to de-string your bow, again, keep the bow with the top limb upright, step through your bow, hook the lower limb onto your foot, let me just around your ankle like that so it's not going anywhere. Lean your hip into the bow, push forward with your hand and slide the string down the limb, gently releasing the pressure off, and then step back out the bow. That's how you de-string your bow. And there you go. That's how you string and de-string your bow with the stringer and without one. So that's the video for today. I've been the Bear Bow Brummie. A big thank you to everybody that subscribed to the channel so far. Have a good time. We've managed to avoid the storm. I've been the Bear Bow Brummie. Ta-ra!